Good morning. Today we are going to continue with the straight line where we are learning the different forms of equations of a straight line, different forms of equations of a straight line, and this is the third video for the exercise 19a. Today we are going to start with question number 11. So look at the board, question number 11, what it says. Number 11, we have a triangle ABC, the coordinate of whose vertices are given A, B, and C, as you see in the question, so and so and so, right? And then there are so many parts of this question. Clear? The first part of this question is the equation of side AB. Is it okay? So let us draw the diagram of this question and then we see how to begin. Now the part A of the question is, right there, find the equation of side AB. Equation of side AB. Now it's very easy to write the equation of side AB because we have the coordinate of the two endpoints of side AB. Clear? So we can use the formula when you have the coordinate 2-point formula. 2-point formula we can use and we can write down the equation of the line AB. So equation of AB. Equation of AB. We can begin for the 2-point formula. The 2-point formula we have is y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 and then into x minus x1. Clear? You know that this is the formula. So we can assume one of the coordinate as x and y1. Clear? So maybe we will say which could we can assume one of these two as x and y1. So suppose if we assume this as x1 y1, clear, and then this as x2 y2. Okay, now put it in the formula. Y minus y1, y1 is 4 is equal to y2 minus y1 means 9 minus 4, 9 minus 4 over x2 minus x1, minus 4 minus 10, minus 4 minus 10 into x minus x1, and x1 is how much? 10. This is 10. Now we can calculate. So right hand side will continue. 9 minus 4, 5, and then minus 4 minus 10, minus 14, and then x minus 10. Clear? We are simplifying. We have to write the equation, so we'll simplify. We'll do the cross multiplication. So with this minus 14 we can multiply y minus 4. So let us begin. Minus 14y and then plus 56. 14 4s are 56. This is positive because this is minus, this is also minus, so minus minus is plus. On right hand side we have 5 into x, 5x, and then minus 50. Clear? Now simplify, write it all in one side. So 5x plus 14, right? And this is you can either write all the terms in one side, it depends on you. I'm going to send this to the other side. So 56 we have already on this side, and this 50 comes to this side. So this becomes equal to 106. So this is 5x plus 14y. This is 14y. 14y is equal to 106, and this is the equation of your line AB. Is it very clear? So it's very simple. Now question number 11, part B. In the question part B, we have to write the equation of the median through A. Median through A. So for median through A, you know what is median? Median is a line. Since we have to find out the equation of the median through A, so we have to take the vertex A. Now this vertex A, when it is joined with the midpoint of the opposite side, then that is called as the median through A. Am I very clear? So you have to have the midpoint of this side BC, right? And then you can join this A to that midpoint, and then this will be your median. So we are supposed to write the equation of this median. We can name this point as a D. Is it okay? So now see how easy it is to write the equation of the median. We have seen similar question in the previous exercise also. So for writing the equation of the median, first of all we need to have the coordinate of this point D. Am I very clear? So let us find out the coordinate of point D. D is the midpoint of B and C. So using the midpoint formula, we will find the coordinate of D. Very simple. How to find the x value of this D? Is average of these two x. So minus 4 minus 2 minus 6. Minus 6 divided by 2 is minus 3. So this became the x coordinate for your midpoint D. Similarly, y coordinate 9 minus 1. Add y to y, this y and then this y, y1 and y2, and then divide by 2. So 9 minus 1 is 8 and 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now you got the coordinate of point D. And now similarly, same as part A, we will use the same formula and we can write down the equation of median AD. So equation of median AB. Median AD. Clear? Using the same formula, y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. This is 2-point formula for writing the equation of a line. Now, since we are going to use this too, so before we already wrote this as x1 y1, we will take this as x2 y2 then. x2 y2, right? Forget that this one. Now this is already done. So we don't have to worry about that. This is x2 y2, then why this also x2 y2. This case is now over, closed. So this is another x2 y2. Alright. Now let us use it in the formula. Y minus y1. y1 is nothing more 4 is equal to y2 minus y1. So 4 minus 4. 4 minus 4 divided by x2 minus x1. That is minus 3 and minus 10. Minus 3 and minus 10. And then x minus x1. And x1 is 10. Clear? Now, right hand side when you simplify, this 4 minus 4 is 0. Right? And this becomes minus 13. This becomes x minus 10. Now, in this side, because this one quantity is 0 and it is going to be multiplied. Right? So, the product will become ultimately 0. Right hand side, everything is turning into 0. So, y minus 4 is equal to 0 and therefore y is equal to 4. This becomes the equation of your median. Is it not very simple? So this is the equation of your median AD. Now part C. What the question part C says? Write the equation of altitude through B. Altitude through B. You have to write the equation of the altitude through B. Altitude means perpendicular drawn from a vertex to the opposite side. Perpendicular drawn from a vertex to the opposite side is called as altitude. So let us draw the altitude through B. So we will draw altitude. This is the altitude and this is because altitude, and so it will be perpendicular to the side AC. Am I very clear? Name this point as E. So now the next question is to write the equation for the altitude passing through B. That is, write the equation of line BE. Writing the equation of line BE. Now, you know that there are three formats of writing the equation of a straight line, right? One is the slope and point, then 2-point formula, right? So here, in this situation, the formula that we are going to use for writing the equation of BE, please remember we are going to write the equation, we are asked to write the equation of BE. Is this okay? And this BE is an altitude. This BE is an altitude. Altitude means it is perpendicular to, this BE is perpendicular to AC. You know what is the perpendicular line condition? Perpendicular line condition is the reciprocal of one line will be the negative reciprocal of the other line. Is this very clear? So, since this is said to be perpendicular to AC, writing the equation of this also is very simple. What we need to do is, we will first of all find out the slope of this line AC. Because this is perpendicular to your BE. So, we will first of all find the slope of side AC, right? And after the slope of side AC is calculated, then we will find the negative reciprocal of that, because the slope of BE will be the negative reciprocal of the slope of AC. So, after finding the slope of this, then we will be able to get the slope for BE, and so we will have a slope, and already one coordinate is given. So with one slope and one coordinate, 1 point, we can write down the equation of altitude BE. So for writing the equation of BE, we will use the formula 1 point and slope formula. 1 point and slope formula. So let us first of all calculate the slope of AC. Slope of AC, and that I will name as M1. Is it okay? The formula for the slope using the two coordinates is y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Alright, so what is y2? Okay, this x1, this is x1 y1. I can take this as x2 y2. For this situation, this will be taken as x2 y2. So y2 minus y1. Now minus 1 minus 4, minus 1 minus 4 divided by x2 minus x1, that is minus 2 and minus 10. Minus 2 minus 10. Now simplify. This comes as equal to negative 5 and then negative 12. Clear? These both are negative, so they will be simplified, and finally this will be 5 over 12. So this becomes the slope of your AC. Isn't it? Now since BE is perpendicular to AC, right? Therefore the slope of BE will be the negative reciprocal of this, negative reciprocal of slope of AC, that is negative reciprocal of 1 over M1. Clear? Slope of BE we will take as M2. Now write the value of M1. M1 we have calculated 5 over 12. So this is equal to negative 1 over 5 over 12. Now this number will go upside down. So this becomes minus 12 over 5. So this becomes the slope of your BE. Is it okay? So after this slope, we can write down the equation of BE. Therefore, the required equation of BE will be, since we have a slope and we have one coordinate, so the formula that we are going to use is y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. This formula is to be used when you have the coordinate of 1 point and one slope. Clear? Let us put the value of y1 x1. So this implies y minus, and then what is y1 is 9. So 9, clear, is equal to m slope. This is negative 12 over 5 into x minus x1, and x1 is minus 4. So minus 4. Is it okay? Now we can do cross multiplication. So 5 I am keeping positive. Let us multiply this left hand side by 5. So this becomes 5y minus 9 5s are 45. This is your left hand side. Right hand side, now minus 12x into x minus 12x, right? And this becomes positive, and now 12 4s are 48. So it will become minus 48. It will remain negative. Why? Because this is becoming positive, minus minus plus, and this positive, when it is multiplied by negative, again it will remain minus. Is it okay? Now one more step. Now rearrangement. So minus 12x is taken to left hand side, so it becomes positive 12x, and this is 5y, right? And this minus 45 or minus 48 also comes to the same side. This is minus 45, and this becomes plus 48 is equal to 0. Is this very clear? So finally your equation is, this implies your final equation is 12x plus 5y plus 3 is equal to 0. This is the equation of your altitude BE. So What we did to write down the equation of altitude BE, first of all, you have understood what is B altitude. Altitude is a perpendicular drawn from a vertex to the opposite side. Perpendicular drawn from a vertex to the opposite side. That is why I put this notation. This is the perpendicular notation. For writing this equation BE, what we did is we calculated the slope of this AC, right? Because this BE is perpendicular to AC. Therefore, if I can have the slope of AC, I can easily get the slope of BE, because the slope of BE will be the negative reciprocal of the slope of AC. Clear? So this is how we calculated the slope of AC as 5/12, and then we wrote the negative reciprocal of this, and we got the slope of our BE. Now with this slope and then this coordinate, we wrote the equation using the slope and point formula. Is it alright? Now the last part of question number 11 is to write the equation for the perpendicular bisector of AB. Write the equation of the perpendicular bisector of AB. Right? We have to write the equation of the perpendicular bisector of AB. Now let us see. AB, perpendicular bisector of AB. This is your AB side. Clear? And you need to have the perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector means a line which is perpendicular to AB, and also it divides this AB into two equal half, into two equal part. That line will be called as perpendicular bisector, and this perpendicular bisector concept you have studied in class 9 and class 10. Is it okay? So let me show you. This is the midpoint. Perpendicular bisector. First of all, it has to be midpoint, and then this line has to be perpendicular. So this is a perpendicular bisector. This is a perpendicular bisector. This is a perpendicular bisector. This part is equal to this part. This line is called as perpendicular bisector. I will name this as L. This is L. This L is the perpendicular bisector. So we are asked to write the equation of perpendicular bisector. Is the question very clear? We are asked to write the equation of perpendicular bisector. Now look here. For writing the equation of this one, we should have some information, no? It is simply said that this is a perpendicular bisector, but we don't have the slope of L, or we don't have the coordinate, any coordinate of any point on L. We don't have coordinate of any point on L. So here we have to generate both. We have to generate the slope for this line L, and also we have to generate coordinate of one point on the line L, because this is a perpendicular bisector and we are going to write the equation of L. Is this very clear? So you can see here, though we don't have any information, but how easy it is to get all the information for this L. Now first of all, I am going to calculate the coordinate of one point on this line. Clear? And that point will be this point, because this point is said to be the midpoint of the side AB. So using the midpoint formula, verbally we can calculate the coordinate of this point. Coordinate of this point. Can you see this point? So we are going to calculate the x value and the y value for this point. So x value will be the average of these two x. So 10 minus 4, 6. Divided by 2, 3. This is your x coordinate for this point. Now y coordinate. 4 plus 9, 13. 13 divided by 2, not divisible. So 13 over 2. And this became the coordinate of your point. So this is the coordinate of one point on the perpendicular bisector. So this is done, no? This we calculated verbally. So, and now, since this L is said to be perpendicular, it means the slope of this perpendicular will have to be the negative reciprocal of the slope of AB. Right? So we are first of all going to calculate the slope of AB, and then we will calculate further the slope of the perpendicular bisector. So first of all, the slope of AB. Slope of AB. Okay. So I will name the slope of AB as M1. M1 is equal to Y2 minus Y1. Y2 minus Y1. 9 minus 4. 9 minus 4 over x2 minus x1 minus 10 minus 4 minus 4 minus 10 minus 4 minus 10 minus 10. So this is 5 and this is minus 14. So this became your slope of AB side. And you know the slope, this L is a perpendicular, right, to AB. Therefore, the slope of this line L will be the negative reciprocal of this one. Therefore, slope of perpendicular bisector, that is M2 will be the negative reciprocal of M1. So let us put this in minus 1 over, now minus 5 over 14. So this minus cancel, and finally this will become 14 over 5. So we got the slope also for the perpendicular bisector. We got the slope of the perpendicular bisector, and before we already calculated the coordinate of one point on the perpendicular bisector, we can now write the equation of the perpendicular bisector. So therefore, now equation of perpendicular bisector. Okay, so we have one slope and one coordinate. So y minus y1 is equal to m into x minus x1. This is the formula when you have one slope and one point. y1, y minus y1 is 13 over 2. 13 over 2 is equal to slope 14 over 5. Now x minus x1, and x1 is 3. Let us do the cross multiplication. So 5 into y, 5y. This minus 65 over 2. 5 into 13 over 2 is 65 over 2. Now right hand side we will multiply with 14. Is equal to 14x and then minus 42. Clear? Now we have to do the rearrangement. So 14x minus 5y is going to that side. Is minus 5y. Is it okay? So 5y is gone to that side. Now this time I will bring this 42 to this side. So 42 comes to this side, will become positive, and then this is minus 65 over 2. Now let us simplify this side. This is 84 minus 65 divided by 2 is equal to 19 over 2. Is this okay? Now we can simplify one more step. Let us multiply, cross multiply. 2 will go to right hand side. So your final equation will be, this implies 14x into 2 is 28x minus 5 2s are 10. Y is equal to 19, and this became the equation of your perpendicular bisector. Hope this question is clear, right? Thank you. Now we are moving on to the last question of this exercise. We will be doing question till number 12, right? Till number 12. So look at the question number 12. Question number 12 is, the point A, B and C are so and so and so. AB produced cuts the y-axis at P, and CB produced cuts the x-axis at Q. Find the coordinate of the point P and Q, and find the equation of the straight line joining the midpoint of AC and OB, where O is the origin, and also verify that this line passes through the midpoint of PQ. So this question is quite lengthy, right? So we will try to understand this question part by part. So first of all, let us draw the coordinate so that we can plot the points. Draw the coordinate. This is the coordinate, right? And then we will mark, we will divide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is x-axis. This is y-axis, right? Here also we will do the revision. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this question number 12 is difficult to understand by reading the question. It's difficult to understand by reading the question. So we are trying to understand this question by drawing the coordinate and by plotting the points, right? We will try to understand this question through the diagram. So here we have 3 points, right? A is the first point whose coordinate is 0. A is 4, 0. This is your point whose coordinate is 4, 0. And this is point A. This is point A. And the coordinate of this point is 4, 0. According to your question, it is 4, 0. 4, 0. Clear? There is another point B whose coordinate is 2, 2. Coordinate is 2, 2. Coordinate is 2, 2. This is point B. This is point B whose coordinate is 2, 2. Is it alright? So the coordinate of this point is 2, 2. 2, 2. And there is a third point whose coordinate is 0, 6. 0, 6. Since x coordinate is 0, that means it will be on y coordinate. So this is your third point C. This is the third point C. And the coordinate of this point is 0 and 6. So this is your diagram. Clear? Now, let me join this ABC. See. B to A joined, then B to C joined, right? And then A to C also joined this way. Okay? Don't look at the beauty of my diagram. I'm so sorry. So this is the diagram that you see. Now now from here we will try to understand. The first question is AB produced. AB, where is AB? This is AB. AB produced to meet y-axis at P. So when AB is produced, then it will meet the y-axis at a point. Clear? And the question says let that point be P. Clear? AB is produced and it meets the y-axis at P. And CB is produced. CB. This CB is produced to meet x-axis at another point Q. So this CB is produced and it meets the x-axis at a point Q. This is point Q, right? This is just roughly extended. Is this very clear? So we have extended the side AB and it met the y-axis at a point P, and then CB is produced to meet this x-axis at a point Q. Is this very clear? Till here the question is this. Now the question says, the first part of the question is find the coordinate of P and Q. This is our question. Find the coordinate of P and Q. So the first part of this question is find the coordinate of P and Q. Clear? So I will write here for your convenience the first part of this question is find coordinate of P and Q. So this is your question, P and Q. This is the first part of the question. So first of all, we will see that how can we have the coordinate of P and the coordinate of Q. Is it alright? Now, we are going to find the coordinate of P and Q one by one. The situation is clear. First of all, there were 3 points A, B and C. So we have plotted those 3 points on the coordinate, and then the question said that first of all you have to produce this AB to meet this y-axis at a point P, and similarly this CB is produced to meet the x-axis at a point Q. So this is question. This is just information. Now from this information we have to find the coordinate of P and Q. So we are now going to begin finding the coordinate of P and Q. So let us first of all find out the coordinate of P, right? So first part is coordinate of P. Coordinate of P. What we will do to find the coordinate of P? Coordinate of P. Look here. Coordinate of P we are going to find out. Is this okay? Now you can see, because AB line is extended. Am I very clear? AB line is extended to get the point P. Am I clear? This indicates that A, B and P are collinear. A, B and P are on the same line. Collinear means are on the same line. Is it very clear? Now since A, B and P are on the same line. Therefore, the slope of AB will be equal to the slope of BP. Is this okay? So we'll write here slope of AB will be equal to the slope of BP. Slope of BP. Now use these two coordinates. Is it alright? So coordinate of these 2 points. Now y2 minus y1. So 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0 divided by x2 minus x1. So 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4. This became the slope of AB. Now the continuous is slope of BP. Slope of BP. Slope of BP is B 2 minus B or B minus 2. Same. So 2 minus B. 2 minus B. Y2 minus Y1. And then x2 minus x1. 2 minus 0. 2 minus 0. Is it alright? So this implies it will be what? 2 minus 0 is 2. 2 minus 4 is minus 2 is equal to 2 minus B divided by 2. Clear? So this and this is cancelled. You have minus 1 this side and then do cross multiplication. So it becomes 2 minus B is equal to minus 2, and then your B will be, this implies your B will be equal to, you can take this minus B to right side, it will become positive, minus 2 will come to this side, it will become positive, so that positive and then this 2 will become 4. So this is the coordinate of your point B. Coordinate of point P. So this way we calculated the coordinate of point P. So this will become, x will remain 0 only, this x value is 0 and y value will become equal to 4. So we calculated the coordinate of point P. Clear? So coordinate of P. It is calculated 0 and 4. Is it alright? Now we are moving on to calculating the coordinate of Q. I'll change the color. Coordinate of Q. Coordinate of Q. Now look here, coordinate of Q. You can see the straight line CQ, CB, and then BQ is extension. Clear? That means C, B and Q are on the same line. Therefore, the slope of CB will be equal to the slope of BQ. Clear? So here we will write again slope of BC will be equal to slope of BQ. Slope of BQ. Now write the slope of BC. So 6 minus 2 divided by 0 minus 2. Now right hand side slope of BQ is 2 minus 0, and then 2 minus A. Now simplify. 6 minus 2 is 4 divided by minus 2 is equal to, this is 2 and this is 2 minus A. This is cancelled, this is 2. Cross multiply now. Cross multiply. This is minus 1, right? And this is 1 over 2 minus A. So now we can cross multiply. It becomes 2 minus A is equal to minus 1. Clear? Now this minus A will go to that side, will become plus, and this minus 1 will come to this side, will become also plus, and therefore your A will become equal to this 2 and this plus 1, 3. Is it okay? And so this becomes the coordinate of your point Q. So this is 3 and 0. Therefore the coordinate of P is coordinate of Q is what? 3 and 0. Clear? We'll see the next part of this question. Now the next part of this question is, find the equation of the straight line find the equation of the straight line joining the midpoints of what? AC and OB. Midpoints of AC and OB. Let us find out first of all the midpoint of AC and the midpoint of OB. Then only we will be able to get the line. Clear? So, AC is, where is AC? AC is this line. Can you see this line? This is your AC. Can you see this AC? Right? So you have to find out the midpoint of AC. Clear? So suppose this is the midpoint of AC. Right? This is the midpoint of AC. Maybe we can name this as what? Say D. This is the midpoint. This D is the midpoint of side AC, because we have to find out the equation of the straight line joining the midpoint of AC and the midpoint of OB. So first of all, we have identified the midpoint of AC, and that is marked as D. Now we have to find the midpoint of OB. Where is OB? O is the origin. O is the origin. And where is the origin? This. This is your O. And you know what is the coordinate of O? Very good. 0, 0. Now you have to find the midpoint of OB. Where is B? This is the, this point is the B. Clear? Maybe let me mark it somewhere here. This is D. Okay. Otherwise, we will not be able to get the straight line. Now this is OB. Can you see this OB? See this OB? Clear? Now you need to have the midpoint of this. Midpoint of this. This is what the question says. Midpoint of AC and OB. So first of all, we have marked the midpoint of AC and then marked it as D, and then we have marked midpoint of OB, and this we are marking it as, suppose, E. Clear? Now the question says write the equation of the straight line. So that means now you can join it. This is your straight line. So now you are asked to write the equation of this line. You are asked to write the equation of this line. Can you see this? You are asked to write the equation of line. You are asked to write the equation of the line which I have marked. Let me make it more clear. Whose equation you have to write? You have to write the equation of this line. Can you see this? This is marked red. Am I clear? So for writing the equation of this line ED, we need to have the coordinate of E and we need to have the coordinate of D. Am I clear or not? So let us first of all calculate the coordinate of E and then D, and after that we can easily write down the equation of line ED using the 2-point formula. Clear? So see how simple this question is. This question looks complicated, but how easy it is. We are first of all going to find the coordinate of point D. D is the midpoint of C and A. Therefore, you know, you can use the midpoint formula and find the coordinate of D. So 4 plus 0 divided by 2 is equal to 2. And then Y value 0 plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. So this way, verbally we got the coordinate of D. Clear? Now the coordinate of E. E is the midpoint of B and O. Therefore, we can again use the midpoint formula and find the coordinate of E. Clear? So 0 plus 2, the coordinate of this is 0, 0. So 0 plus 2, 2 and divided by 2 is equal to 1. And then Y also will be 1. Again 0 plus 2 divided by 2 is 1. So this way you got the coordinate of E also as 1, 1. And coordinate of D as 2, 3. Now we have to write the equation of ED. Clear? So the required equation, and what is the name of this line? ED. Clear? So using the formula, 2-point formula is y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 into y minus y1. This is your 2-point formula. We can mark one of this as x1 y1 and this as x2 y2. So can we assume, please remember, we are going to assume this 1 1 as x1 y1 and this as x2 y2. So y minus, sorry, this is x minus x1. Y minus y1. Y minus y1 is y minus 1 is equal to y2 minus y1. So 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1. X2 minus x1. 2 minus 1. Into x minus x1 is 1. Clear? This further 3 minus 1 is 2 divided by 1 into x minus 1. So simplify. This will become y minus 1 is equal to 2x minus 2. Now take it all in one side. So this is 2x minus y, and this minus 2 I am sending to that side, right? You can write this equation finally in any way, okay? So sometimes you can write all the terms in one side, or if you want you can write the constant also in the other side. So this time I am going to write the constant onto the other side. So minus 2 goes to that side, okay? Minus 2 goes to that left side, so it will become positive. So positive 2 and minus 1 is equal to 1. So this becomes the equation of your ED. Am I very clear? So this is your second part of this question. Is this okay? Now the question is, the last part of this question number 12 says, now prove that or verify that this line passes through the midpoint of PQ. Midpoint of PQ. Midpoint of PQ. Where is PQ? This is P and this is Q. This is P and this is Q. Now the question is to prove that this line it passes through the midpoint of PQ, right? It means, to show you that diagram, to make it more clear, I am going to join PQ so that we can have the midpoint of PQ. This is PQ. Clear? Now it says that, prove that this line passes through the midpoint of PQ. Clear? Now we have to find the coordinate of the midpoint of PQ first of all. Clear? So we are going to find out, so we are just assuming that the midpoint of this PQ is somewhere here. Clear? And then we can name this point as equal to F, as F. Clear? Now we will find the coordinate of this point F. Please see this very carefully. We are going to find the coordinate of point F. This point P, this point F is the midpoint of PQ. So using midpoint formula, we will find the coordinate of point F. So 3 plus 0 is 3 plus 0. Here the coordinate of this point I will write outside because the diagram is very complicated. So the coordinate of this, the x value of this F will be 0 plus 3, 3 divided by 2. So 3 over 2. And the coordinate of y, 4 plus 0, 4 plus 0 divided by 2. So it is 2. 4 over 2 is 2. So this is the coordinate. Now the question says that prove that this line, it passes through this point. Clear? Now, if this line really passes through this point, then this point has to satisfy this equation. Clear? This point has to satisfy this equation. Means what? When you put the value of x and y in this equation, then the left hand side should become equal to right hand side. So we will try this. We will put the value of x and y in this given equation, and if the left hand side becomes equal to right hand side, then we can say yes, the line has really passed through this point. Clear? So verification now. Verification. Okay, of this equation with this given point. So LHS, we will take the value of LHS. LHS is equal to 2 x. X how much? 3 over 2. So 3 over 2 minus y. And y is how much? 2. These two cancel. What is left is 3. And 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. See, you started from the left hand side. In the left hand side, you have put the value of x and y. And when you calculate it, you are getting the right hand side. Clear? So you started from left hand side and you could get the right hand side. This is the verification. This verifies that the line has really passed through the midpoint of PQ. Is this very clear? So this is the end of this question. We will write verified. So with this, we are ending the exercise 19A. Clear? Please do good practice of all the questions till question number 12. Thank you so much for watching the video.